Welcome back to our book club scope on Just Show Up by Kara Tippett. This book is a great book if you have a friend who is walking through a really difficult time. Kara passed away from cancer earlier this year, and she and her friend Jill wrote this book together before she passed away. So welcome, my name is Crystal Payne. I'm the founder of MoneySavingMom.com, and we have been going through the book Just Show Up by Kara Tippett for our book club scopes. And I've been so inspired by this book, and this book has been such a just really encouraging to me, as well as motivational to me, to give me ideas of the best way to walk through walk through suffering with a friend when they're going through a really hard time. And honestly, one of the ways that I've actually implemented this book is one of my friends right now. She is walking with someone who is going through a really hard time, and this book, Just Show Up, really inspired me that when one of our friends is walking through a hard time with another friend, can't talk today, that we need to be there for that friend. Because when someone is pouring so much into another person, they need people to pour into them as well. So that's one way that this book has really inspired me, because I don't think I've thought about that so much in the past. You know, we think of the person who's suffering, but we've not thought so much about how to support those who are supporting the suffering. So this book is available on Amazon or probably at Christian bookstores. I got mine off of Amazon. Okay, so this is from chapter 6, and chapter 6 is called The Battle of Insecurity. And I want to read to you just a quick, just a few paragraphs from here. It's talking about when you feel insecure and when suffering can cause disappointment and hurt, and what to do about that. She said, there will be times when you'll have to differentiate between your friend hurting you and their suffering hurting you. If something wounds you while you're walking through suffering with a loved one, ask yourself, is my friend disappointing me? Or is this their illness or hard season disappointing me? Many times you'll find that it's the latter. But even if we realize it's the suffering disappointing us, not the person themselves, it can still hurt. A wound is a wound, no matter how it comes about. It's okay to admit the hard a friend is going through is also stealing from us. It's okay to admit hurt. Just don't confess it to your suffering friend. Remember, comfort in, dump out. And if you heard my other scope where I talked about how, I'll show you the ring in here. Let me find that, because this was really, really impactful for me. See where it was. Where it was talking about how we need to comfort in and dump out. And here is the... this is where it's talking about the person who is in the center is the person who is going through the trauma. And the people around, the rings around, are the people who are comforting and affected by this center trauma. And how we need to comfort in and dump out. So we should never dump our problems on these people. We should never dump our hard inward to the rings. We should always find people outside, and we should dump out to them. And so that really challenged me as a friend and as walking through hard times with a friend, to comfort in and dump out. But so in this quote, when she talks about just don't confess it to your suffering friend. So don't confess that you're feeling disappointed, that you're feeling hurt, that this is hard. Don't confess, you know, if you realize that the suffering is disappointing you, don't go to the friend who is suffering and tell them about that, because that is not what they need to be carrying right now. So, but find other people to work through that and walk through that with you. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and that is from the book Just Show Up by Kara Tippett. And we'll be back tomorrow with more encouragement from this book, because I've just been so challenged and inspired by this book. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.